least 40 senators to provide additional information about their expenses going back years. Dozens of auditors have been working on Parliament Hill, reviewing the expense claims of every Canadian senator. The CBC's Christy Kirkhoff reports.
Conservative Senator Nancy Ruth says she's among members of the Red Chamber who have been asked to provide more details about their Senate expenses. Ruth suggests the auditors are looking for very detailed information.
There's a couple of times in my assistant for when I was on a plane, and they say I should have not claimed because I should have eaten that breakfast.
The Auditor General's office hopes it will be able to release findings this spring. NDP leader Thomas Mulcair is calling for the report to be released as soon as possible, and he wants senators to cooperate.
Senators have apparently been using public money as their personal piggy bank. Canadians have a right to know what's in that report.
Meanwhile, the RCMP recently received more records regarding the expense claims of suspended Senator Pamela Wallin. They zero in on 150 expense claims she made to the Senate, totaling more than $25,000. Former Conservative Senator Mike Duffy is also set to go on trial in Ottawa next week for charges he faces in connection with Senate expenses. Christy Kirkhoff, CBC News, Ottawa.
The House of Commons has adopted a motion to call for the release of Raif Badawi. He has been detained in Saudi Arabia since 2012. Badawi faces 10 years in prison and 1,000 lashes for creating an online forum. His wife is now a refugee living in Quebec. The motion was presented by Liberal MP Mark Darnell.
The House denounced the reprehensible treatment of Raif Badawi and call on the government of Saudi Arabia to cease his punishment and release him from prison immediately.
Saudi Arabia's ambassador to Canada sent a letter to Quebec's National Assembly in March, telling lawmakers not to meddle in the case of the jailed blogger or criticize his country's human rights record. The RCMP have arrested 6 people in an operation they say disrupted 2 major cells of a Canada-wide prostitution ring. 16 searches took place in the Greater Montreal and Toronto areas. The victims were mainly from Korea and China. Investigators say those detained include the main leaders of a criminal organization. All will be charged. Police are still looking for 2 other individuals, including a 20-year-old woman from Montreal. The world is awash in excess oil. The glut has forced the price of oil down below $50 a barrel. But despite the plummeting price, global production continues to increase. Aaron Collins explains why.
Classic behavior in a price war.
Producing more oil even as prices drop. It may sound strange, but not according to Jackie Porter. The energy analyst says OPEC's production increase makes perfect sense.
You just produce more of it. And in manufacturing, it might be adding a night shift. When it comes to oil and gas, it's trying to get the most out of the wells you have already and offsetting some of that lost revenue through higher production.
And according to Alticorp Capital's Dirk Lever, many OPEC countries simply don't have a choice.
In a world where the price of oil goes down, countries who rely on crude to support their economy, their bias is going to be, we've got to produce more, and we're getting less for it, so we're going to try and produce.
Of course, it's not just OPEC that's likely to boost its crude output. Canadian and U.S. producers are also expected to increase production, adding to the glut of oil floating around the global marketplace, potentially driving down prices further. Aaron Collins, CC News, Calgary.
A long-expected slowdown in U.S. auto sales is taking shape. American consumers bought 1.5 million new cars and trucks in March, an increase of only 1% compared with February. Some automakers had bigger gains. Hyundai sales jumped 12% from a year ago, while Subaru was up 10% or Toyota 5%. But those gains were offset by lower sales for General Motors, Ford, Nissan, Honda, and Volkswagen. And that's the news from CBC Radio.
You're listening to CBC Radio 2.